What is going on? In typical California Caldoon fashion, we are here right now with my 2006 F430 that I bought from a Ferrari dealership. But guess what? I almost bought something from the CNC dealership, which is right over here. Take a look at this ghost town, man. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the F430 that I bought, my experience with CNC, and maybe take you on a little tour around this ghost town in just a second. But first and foremost, I wanted to take time out and thank you guys for tuning in and showing all your love and support to my channel. It means a lot to me. So from here to there, from maybe the beginning to the end of the video, if you feel like it, please click on the thumbs up button and also hit on the like and subscribe button. Maybe you could do it once or twice, but don't do it 3 times because you might unsubscribe or you might dislike the video. You know what I mean? It's all confusing. I don't really have a way of saying this. I just want you to like and subscribe my video. It really helped me out. But with no further ado, let's get talking about this F430. So we have here my 2006 Ferrari F430, which I bought at a Ferrari dealership at Ferrari of Rancho Mirage, located in Rancho Mirage, California, for those of you who don't know. And yes, I did get rid of my NSX, my 1995 Acura NSX, to get this yellow, undependable Ferrari. And I gotta say, it is undependable because as you guys already have seen, just from getting the car within 48 hours or 36 hours, the car actually broke down. My gas pump went out on the passenger side. There's actually 2 gas pumps. Now, this Ferrari dealership, which I bought the car from, was so gracious in offering me about a $4,500 bill to replace 1 gas pump. So, I mean, they were very gracious, but I had to decline, being that I had just bought the car within 36 hours and they didn't want to hook me up. If you can tell, this is sarcasm. I took it to an independent shop, which is Ferrari Technologies in Orange or Santa Ana, if you prefer, California. And they were able to remedy that situation for a lot less. I'm talking about $1,000 to fix 1 pump, which is a great price, very fair. And they showed me a lot of love. But getting past that point, let's talk a little bit about this 2006 Ferrari F430. I'm gonna take my glasses off so you guys can see the reaction in my eyes. This is a yellow 2006 F430 with carbon fiber options in the interior. It's got yellow brake calipers. Got the challenge wheels going on. I got Scuderia badges. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful car. Very low miles on it. I picked it up with only like 10,000 something miles. It was a great car. Great moment in my life. In the back over here, if you take a good look at this Scuderia, it's not a Scuderia. It's not. That's just me dreaming that I have a Scuderia. But if it was a Scuderia, you would see that it has the carbon fiber options in the engine bay. This is just a regular F430. For those of you wondering why I didn't get a Scuderia, it's simple. I couldn't afford a Scuderia. So I settled for this. It's not bad. Got my stock exhaust here, which sound great. My personal opinion, I'm not gonna update or upgrade my exhaust. A lot of people like Fab Speed or other type of exhausts that go on this car. That's just not me. I'm more of a stock person. I think the car runs great stock, looks great stock. That's just how I'm gonna keep it, all stock. You take a good look over here on this back profile, you've got these Enzo Ferrari lights. Yeah, these are the same lights that go on an Enzo Ferrari. It's kind of crazy. This is an F430, not $1 million supercar, but the Enzo Ferrari has the same lights as this. Going back to the paint for a second here, you take a look at it, it looks very good. It's very elegant. It wasn't very messed up, but Ferrari paint is really crappy. I want you to take a look on this side of the car right here. You see this little scratch right underneath the fuel cap filler? Yeah, that little scratch right there was done by me putting fuel in the car. Just the nozzle touching the car with the rubber did that. Great Ferrari paint, by the way. And oh yeah, don't forget, this car comes with Michelin tires. Gotta love Michelin tires. Let's take a look around here. So on the interior here, we've got the yellow stitching, which is extra. The Ferrari floor mats, which are extra. The carbon fiber steering wheel, which is extra, and carbon fiber inserts. So these plaques right here, they come in silver or like a stainless steel color. That's actually extra money. The carbon fiber is extra money. The stitching's extra money. All this is extra money, but guess what? I didn't pay any extra money because I got this car used. So technically, I just looked for the right spec, the right miles, and at a reputable dealership and got a great deal, right? I mean, that's how it works. But yeah, this Ferrari F430 is really great. Like I said, it's a 2006. Yes, the NSX is gone. That was a 1995 beautiful red NSX T with a 5-speed manual transmission. Those of you who have been following my channel and giving me a lot of support know that I was very attached to that car, but I had a very, very serious decision to make. And I think we're about to be asked to leave by a truck. Psych, I guess we're not leaving. That was just a truck maintaining the property. Probably didn't even want to have a conversation with me. Might think I'm some big journalist or something. Maybe I've got inside information about CNC and I could bring them down all at once. But it's not really true. I don't have any inside information about CNC to bring them down, but I do have some inside information about my experience with CNC Motors. And I think that before I go further with the Ferrari, why don't we just cut over and take a good look at CNC. So did you guys enjoy that drone footage that cost me so much to be out here in the 105-degree weather to get you? I flew that drone personally, so I hope you like all the shots. Forget that I have somebody helping me. That was all me. I did that. Just forget about that. Let me close this door. Probably, I don't know if you know anything about Ferraris, but if you leave the door open too long, the battery will die. It's true facts. That's one of the reasons why I don't even lock my car at night, because that actually drains the battery. That's why I drive my car regularly and I don't lock my car at night so it doesn't drain the battery. Otherwise, for those of you who don't know, cars like this, they usually have to get hooked up to a car tender to keep their battery alive. You plug it into the wall and you connect the main battery to a main power source so your battery doesn't die. And Ferrari batteries, they usually die like in a couple of days. 2-3 days, the battery's dead. You don't connect it to a tender, it's gonna be dead. Not this car. Another fun fact, my NSX never needed that. I'm just kidding, actually it did. The NSX also had a battery drainage issue, and that's why I left it unlocked. So if anybody's interested in stealing my car, it's unlocked, but the keys aren't at the house. They're always on me, so good luck with that. Obviously, you know, it's a beautiful F430 made by Pininfarina. I got rid of my NSX, but what you guys may not remember, or maybe don't know, which is why I really brought you here, or I think subconsciously I drove here, because I was supposed to go home, but I didn't, is because I almost got pinched by CNC Motors. If you guys look through some of my videos, I used to film videos at CNC Motors. Like literally, right at this spot, I filmed my famous Ferrari versus NSX video. I filmed my Mercedes 6x6 video here. I filmed a few other videos here, but that was on the interior, but you get the point. I was filming videos here right around the time, slightly before all the controversy started. Now, I've been debating for a while about how exactly to bring about my story about CNC and what happened, but I'll just tell you guys the facts and then you guys can just take whatever you want out of it. It's up to you guys. I'm not here to put CNC down or put any type of spiciness on the story. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. So, sometime last year, I came down here and I went into this showroom, and before I walked into the showroom, I ran into Clay. And Clay told me that, CNC Motors was going through a hard time because of COVID, that they had to get rid of a lot of staff, that they had low inventory, and that they were just, trying to survive the COVID transition back into doing better business. He was just talking to me for about 30 minutes about CNC, COVID, and all this other stuff, and you know how he loves this business and he's so passionate about it. And I was actually here to look at a Ferrari, but I took the moment to tell him, hey, I'm interested in a Ferrari, but I'm actually also interested in doing YouTube videos. Would you mind if I come in and shoot a few videos here? So Clay had a very generous response. He actually came in and said to me, you know what, you can come by, film any car you want, anytime. Just let me or one of the service people know, or sales people know. We'll set you up. You'll be able to do videos just like Doug DeMuro. Everybody around here looked up to CNC as like, wow, this amazing car dealership that has all the exotics you could ever dream, and it's local. So it's kind of like a pride thing around here to be even involved with CNC. So for him to tell me, Clay, the owner, that I could come here and film, it was like a big joyous moment for me. What happened slightly after that is much less joyous, and I'll get to that in a moment. So after I got the green light from Clay to come and start filming, I decided to come by the next couple weeks and just check out the inventory. On one of those particular occasions, and at the time it didn't make any sense to me, there was a customer here in a red Ferrari. It was like a brand new, looked like a 488 GTB, and he was yelling at the front about something, and it sounded like it was financing. Something having to do with financing. And I kind of thought that was a little bit weird to see somebody blowing their cool at CNC. It's, you know, obviously a very nice place, and you wouldn't see someone like getting like that at a normal dealership anyways, right? So I just thought that was kind of odd, but I blew it off. I just figured maybe something was going on with financing, or so I didn't really know what was going on at the time. I just knew that CNC had less inventory. They were going through a hard time because of COVID, according to Clay. And you know that the dealership could use a boost, which is why he agreed to let me do some reviews here and gave me carte blanche on any car that I wanted to see. So as I said, I came here, I noticed that guy was a little irate, to say the least. Sounded like he was talking about something with financing. I don't know the gist of what happened. I can't tell you anything further than that because it would be lying. I really don't know, but I just know that he seemed really angry and they were just trying to calm him down here in the front. So anyways, I went about my business looking through the dealership and looking for cars, which I saw Ferraris, you know, Ford GT, the new one, Mercedes, Lamborghini, you name it, I saw it, even classic cars. I mean, you could see some of my videos. I saw some classic cars here too. Check me out on my TikTok. I shot like, you know, a bunch of videos about classic cars. But anyways, so moving on, the following week, I decide, hey, I'm gonna get my stuff together and come down here and film. So I'm gonna hit him up, not Clay, but I hit up one of the service guys who will remain nameless in this situation, and decide to get a car to film. So I go through their website, I see that they have all this new inventory, quote unquote. I tell him, hey, can I see the 458? He says, yeah. Next hour he tells me, no, it's sold. Okay. Can I see the Lamborghini? He tells me, yeah. Next hour, sold. How about this other Ferrari? Sold. How about this Gallardo? Sold. How about this McLaren? Sold. How about this P1? Sold. I just thought it was weird how every car that he had on his website that said available was sold. And all of a sudden, even some of the cars that I physically saw here, he was telling me they were already sold. I just thought it was weird. But anyways, moving on to the point. So I decided to come down here and film. And I film with the Ferraris. So I bring down my NSX to compare and contrast the Ferrari. On the day that I was supposed to film, I had made it clear in advance that I wanted to drive the car and do a review of the car with driving sequences and also pictures and photos and all that good stuff. You guys have seen Doug's videos. He takes CNC cars out and he was driving them all over the place, doing God knows what, burnouts, whatever. I was told on that day that it would be okay. Within 15 minutes later, I was told that I could not drive the cars. Not only could I not drive the car, but I could not have the car key in my possession. True story. Thought it was kind of weird. I was like, well, you guys were at one point going to sell me a car. I can give you my ID. I can show you my insurance. I can let you pull my credit if you want. And he actually said yeah to the pulling the credit. And I guess he went in and talked to Clay and then said, no car keys, nothing. Okay. So we shot the video. They seemed kind of nervous. I don't really know why they were nervous, well, per se. Maybe they thought I was undercover for their operation going down. Maybe they thought I was somebody important that they needed to be careful with. I have no idea what's going on. I didn't want to speculate any further. I just abide by their rules and filmed my Ferrari versus NSX video right here. Next, I shoot a Mercedes video. Same thing. I thought after they got to know me, maybe they would let me the keys. Same thing. Check on inventory, the same problem. Cars are here, but they're sold. You can't drive them. Just very odd stuff. You know, it didn't make any sense to me why they were acting that way. Come to find out, I have a conversation with another employee and I say, hey, whatever happened to Doug DeMuro? And they just tell me, well, Doug, he just stopped coming around here. There wasn't cars good enough for Doug anymore, so he just stopped coming around here. And I said, well, how did he get access to the cars? And they go, well, his friend used to work here. And I said, what happened to his friend? He said, well, he quit. So he quit, Doug leaves. I'm starting to feel a little weird because I've been at other car dealerships, I've been other places. They don't usually get that upset about car keys or me filming or take it out on the road test. They don't really care. You know, I mean, they care, but they don't. And I just thought it was weird. So long story short, I filmed a couple other videos here and I just come to the realization that maybe something isn't exactly right here. So my gut instincts tell me, take a look on Google, take a look on Yelp. And what do I find on Yelp and Google? My car's been stolen by CNC. I can't get my car back. My car's been missing. These guys gave me a bad check. They stole my Ferraris. After I literally saw that shit, guys, I said, I don't care what kind of cars they have in there, what they're gonna let me film, if they're gonna let me drive it, I'm not coming back here anymore. And I took off. Now, I didn't immediately start reporting on the issue because CNC was still operational during this time. They still had a full inventory. And for all I knew, this could be just one bad person framing these people, or it could be, you know, a bunch of fake stories. I don't know. I didn't know. So I didn't want to come out and tell, hey world, you know, CNC is actually a bad place. So I just did the right thing. In my opinion, I left. I stopped commenting on them. I stopped coming around here. But before I left, this is where I almost got burned by CNC, to make it clear to you guys. Now, remember that Ferrari? I told you I wanted a Ferrari. So CNC offered to sell me a Ferrari. They said, hey, we could find you the right car, right specs, get you financed, everything. You've got this Acura NSX. It's paid off. Give us the car. Let us put it in the showroom. Bring the title over, we'll take care of the rest, we'll charge you a consignment fee, you set the price you want. And I was like, at first, I was like, wow, that's gonna be a really great service for me. But after the way that they were acting here and the comments, and they kind of pissed me off with certain things, like about not being able to drive the car and just some of the ways that they were acting with me, which I can't really specify in words, but it's just more demeanor. Like if you saw how they were acting here, it was kind of like they were hiding something already. And then with the comments on Yelp, I just bailed out. But you know, when they found out that my car had no balance on it, I was literally getting text messages and phone calls, you know, periodically for me to put my car here. So I could have been burned out my NSX and probably would have bought a Ferrari that didn't have a title. And that would have been the biggest story of my life, and for YouTube, of course, because I would have had it firsthand. But I would have been devastated because I would have lost everything. And these were guys that I looked up to. This was a community member that everybody was looking up to as far as like, hey, this is the place where you want to go see those magical, mythical cars. $3 million, $4 million cars, they're in there. You could go see them. And I almost became a true victim. But thankfully, they didn't treat me as good as I expected. I got really suspicious about their whole, like, you can't touch the keys thing. And also the Yelp and Google helped me out, but I was 2 steps away, guys, literally 2 steps away. So I went from getting burned at CNC Motors to getting a lovely Ferrari at Rancho Mirage. Great car at Rancho Mirage. I mean, that's pretty much what happened in a nutshell. You guys want to go take a look at CNC? Well, you can't because it's closed down. There's no more cars here. But yeah, it's a ghost town. Thank you guys for watching the video. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And just to let you know, if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it would really be helping me out. And it doesn't cost you anything. So, you know, just hit the button. It doesn't cost a damn thing. Not a dollar, not a penny, not a nickel. Just hit the like and subscribe button. Help your boy Dooney out. We really appreciate it. You know, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart because this has been my dream, my passion to do, and I'm finally getting to do it. And you guys are making it happen for me. So whatever support you can show, I love it. And just to let you know, in the next coming weeks, we will see the Ferrari F430 stand off with my Tesla P90D. We're gonna have a small drag race, and that's gonna be coming to you guys in the next couple of weeks, along with some other videos. I can't really talk about some of the content I have coming. It's kind of secret, but it'll be good stuff. So you guys may wanna stay tuned for that. Just saying.